Sitting here for lunch today on the banks of the Chattahoochee River. I was watching a guy bank fishing along here. Got me thinking, I don't see people bank fishing very much anymore, unless they're just dunking worms or corn or something for carp and catfish. This guy was not doing that. He was actively fishing for something with lures. I'm sure, like a lot of you, I grew up bank fishing. I didn't have a boat until I was probably in my teens. It was a canoe, first time anyway. And you know something? Bank fishing is something that is really very challenging to be good at it. You have to understand the habitat you're fishing. You have to understand the behavior of the fish you're fishing for. You have to understand, the weather that you're fishing in, the conditions that you're fishing in. Because unlike when you're in a boat and you're actively searching for these fish, here you're confined to a few spots and you want them to come to you. I would argue that good bank anglers are probably some of the more skilled anglers out there. It takes a lot less skill to go run around in, a $50,000 boat fitted out with motors and all the latest electronics and have 16 rods spread across the deck and every lure known to mankind at your fingertips. It's a lot easier to catch fish that way than it is to be confined to one or maybe at most two rods up in a fanny pack and walking along the shores of a lake and catching fish that way. To expand on that, if you're a good bank angler, you will probably be an excellent boat angler. And I think it's kind of sad that a lot of kids these days are starting to skip the whole bank fishing episode of their life and they go right to boats. In a lot of cases, the aforementioned $50,000 or $60,000 bass boat, and they're being trained to become competitive anglers essentially, and not just anglers. And I think that's a sad thing, because there's a lot more to fishing than just going and catching your 5 biggest fish and hopefully getting a check. And I think we're starting to miss that in this society today. I'll tell you one thing, if you want a real challenge, you take yourself a fanny pack, a single rod, and go walk the banks of a state park lake and try to catch fish. You might find out how poor a fisherman you actually are.